So I'm going to give you an example real quick. And there's one with Nelson, right? Like Nelson, he wanted to obtain. He wanted to have this body very, very, very badly, right? He was 110 pounds and he looked himself in the mirror and he saw the striations. He saw how lean he was going to be. He saw the thickness of his back. He saw, how big are his legs going to be? How big are his biceps going to be? He literally envisioned the entire process. But in that moment, perhaps Nelson was a bit motivated to take action in this particular endeavor because he saw the vision, right? But I'm very sure when he was drinking his tunas with his protein concoction and with tuna in it 2 times a day, he felt even more motivated by the actions that he took. See, in the moment that you want to do something, you may feel extremely motivated to do it. However, you need to trust your vision and take action on the vision itself. You can't just lollygag and wait for the thing to come to you. Because the only way to actually allow your vision to come to fruition is by taking action on your own vision yourself, because nobody else can possibly create your vision. So going back to Nelson's, 110 pounds, gains 100 pounds. Each and every single day, he saw just a little bit of progression in the mirror. A little bit of more mass in his muscles, a little bit more, weight on the scale. That reinforces the belief in yourself that you are what you say you are. And you're starting to gain the evidence of the things that you told yourself you would do. There's another idea by Chris Williamson. I'm just CW pilled at this moment. He has a cool idea that if somebody were to invite you, or let's say you go out to dinner with your friend and very often they show up late, they don't show up at all, and they don't tell you that they're going to be late, or they don't tell you that they're going to skip out, right? They don't send you any messages. And after a few times, well, you know what? I'm not going to hang out with that guy anymore. Well, I'm not going to invite them to this and that anymore. Why? Because they hold back on their word. They're not impeccable with their word. They're not showing up, They're not somebody you can necessarily trust. So then why is it that we create these visions? Why is it that we tell ourselves the things that we're going to be doing and how we're going to do them? And the very moment it's time to find out whether or not you're true to yourself or not, you neglect it. You don't do it. You don't persist. And what do you think that does to yourself? What do you think not living up to the expectations that you told yourself you would do, not living up to the actions and doing the things that you said you would do? Our bodies have reactions to words. Anytime we have a negative person talk about certain things, we react to it physically. We react to the things that we hear, to the environment we're subjected to. What do you think your mind and your body thinks when you snooze, when you eat the junk food, when you know you're not supposed to? What do you think happens? It sends a signal to yourself that you're not believing in yourself, believing in the vision, and neglecting the internal thoughts of what you can be. And that is how we tend to drop ourselves down. And this is something I've had to relearn recently. Intellectually, I understand what it takes in order to become that driven, motivated person. Also, I don't think we really want motivation. I think we just want to be driven, right? I think we just want to move in a specific direction. We don't want to be motivated. We want to be driven.